Good afternoon from a very sunny but cloudy, breezy, chilly, a little bit blue, a little bit grey Peterborough. It's been a while since I put anything out, and I just basically wanted to get some content to put together to pad the video out. So one of the things that I'm looking at the moment is I'd like to fit a skimmer to this wildlife pond. So there's pluses and minuses. A, would it then not become a wildlife pond? But B, I'd like the kids to see the fish, and I don't want to pay £200 plus for one of those Oasis, Biosys, skimmer plus whatever. Although they look pretty good. I think Derbycoy's got one. But anyway, I'll show you where I want to fit it. Just redesign this and then sit it in an area there so it's close to the power. So let's have a look in the garage. We'll pass the pond, which is currently 7.2 degrees, and it's amazing how 1 degree makes a difference, because all the fish are moving around and actively searching for food. That'll be natural food. Just have a look in the greenhouse first before I get hypothermia. So another thing I was looking at is let's just show you inside this drum. Up you come. So there we have micro K1 boiling away, and that's all well and good. It works, serves a purpose, but as you well know, it creates a big issue when I'm cleaning this solenoid, or when this solenoid opens, it blocks. So what I was thinking was getting some kind of mountain tree looking ceramic media, that kind of media, and just basically put tubes in instead of the micro K1. So this is basically in the thought process stage. I haven't decided on anything. The micro K1 is only creating a little bit of an issue. The rest of the time it's absolutely fine. I did see at Quenicoy that some of their biological chambers have got this mountain tree style media in, and it does look good. So it's just a thought at the moment. The fish are all doing well. As I say, they're active, and it's now 7.5 degrees. But just going back what I said about the skimmer, let's go in the garage. I'll follow you. And there you go. I'm certainly moving around, and the water clarity, despite the fact that they're ripping up all the available greenery, is still fabulous. So those fish over there are about 4.5 meters away. Oh well, onwards and upwards into the garage before I get hypothermia. So the skimmer, I went over to Andy Daly's to assist him with a project. I can't say any more than that, because Andy's going to put it on his own channel whenever. Just keep an eye on Koi Diaries. Fascinating project. Did enjoy it. Back-breaking work, but he'll explain that on his channel. So as a thank you, I didn't ask for anything at all, but as a thank you, he gave me this skimmer base. Sorry, I beg your pardon, the shower base. Now I want to try and do something with this to create a skimmer. So cutting a hole in here and buying a replacement weir gate and trying to get this to work. But as you can see, it's got a spillway, so I've cut a piece of grey polypropylene, and that's really tight in there. I'm quite pleased with the mechanics that I've got into that, and I've now got to weld that in place with the welder. So I'll get that going after this video and see how we go with that. And since it's been cold and drab and rainy and miserable, I've been painting some more bird boxes. And that's a fairy door for my granddaughter. So this is what we've got here. The bog standard boxes, bog standard fish on the side. 2 have already been sent out. Before you ask, I don't charge for these, nor do I take orders for these. Might seem a little bit strange, but it's one of those artistic dig in the ribs that every so often you think, oh, I'll tell you what, I'll make a bird box. Somebody has gone out there in YouTube land or KoiTube land, done a really good video, really good channel, and I think, yeah, they're having my phone, sorry. So they're having a bird box. So 2 were sent out on Monday. Hopefully 2 have been received, and you'll probably see them in the near future on those people's channel. So in the meantime, I'm just going to crack on with a bit of welding and see if I can make an absolute mess of it. We shall see. So I've just changed the nozzle over. Now put a welding nozzle on. I've got my triangular welding rods, and I've already tacked that into position, so that's quite solid. So far so good, I guess. Right, I've been doing a bit of welding. I don't think I'll ever get to righty standard. So this is where we are, and this has leaked 3 times now. 3 times. I tried to get a weld on the inside, if I can just get the camera in there, and the tool is so long I can't get it round the corner, so I can't get a successful weld anywhere in there. And Kat's just come in and said, how are you doing? And I was ready to start weeping, so we're off for a walk instead. Catch you later. Right, so I think I left it where I was gonna do some plastic welding, and this is where we are. So this has been unsuccessful. It still leaks. So first of all, go back to this. I couldn't get a successful weld in there. I couldn't turn the heat gun round in the tight environment that I've got to play with. In fact, I can't even get my camera in successfully, but there we go. The external, I just cut an angle, fitted this in, and try as I might, so many welding attempts to get this done. It looks a bit like, well, it's a complete dog's dinner, to be honest. But considerations were the thickness of the piece of polypropylene that I was using, which is this thick, fastening it onto this base material, which is that thick. Then also the temperature at the heat gun I set at 4 out of 10. I think that's around 300 degrees. Then another consideration is the welding rods. These are triangular welding rods, but I don't believe they were large enough. These are for car bumper bars, things like that. And so it's a combination of a skill that I'm not very good at, thickness of 2 similar material, well, 2 same materials. So this is about 4mm, this is about 10mm. How hot I had my heat gun, the speed and application of the welding rods, which may or may not be the correct ones. I just had to guess. What I can produce is a very, very strong angle. I can produce a very strong weld, but what I can't produce up to now is a waterproof, water sealed weld. So I think a little trip to Terry Wright to get some instruction. So Terry, I'll have to come and see you one day, mate. So that's where we are. I've ordered some Indasa polyurethane sealant, which I will smear in this letterbox shape where this grey polypropylene is, and hopefully create a seal that way. And beyond that, just put a piece of rubber liner on the inside of this. So I'm not defeated. It's just a shame it didn't work, but well worth a try. Great fun, even though it wasn't successful. So that's it. Sorry it's just a little short one. Lots of things coming up. Current pond temperature is 7.2. There is an increase in movement out of the fish. They're moving around quite readily. I noticed that there was an increase of weed growing on the side, so I've turned my UV back on. The pond does get a lot of sunshine in its position, so I'm sort of just giving it a help. The drum, absolutely magnificent, couldn't be without it. Everything else is just about shut down. The upflow, that's not working. But I dare say 6 to 8 weeks we're going to be everything back up and running full bore. So that'll do. In the meantime, I'm going to do my what am I going to do? Neen Valley Railway. I've got my induction to do on Wednesday as a volunteer, so looking forward to that. Hopefully learn a few skills. And tomorrow, this is Sunday, I'm going down to JKI, Japan Koi Imports, to see a gentleman called Nick Heath, who's doing some changes to the layout of the shop. So I'm very interested to see what they're going to put together, so I'm going to go down and have a look at that. In the meantime, 2 jabs, 1 booster, look after your family, stay safe, and sorry about the cold sore. Goodbye.